Hello and welcome to day 3 of the Restart Your Career Journey Career Clinic 5-day challenge from Improving Performance Personal Coaching. Yesterday, we went through the detail of completing your CV or your resume, which is the story of your life. And when you did that, you've highlighted your strength, you've highlighted the skills that you have, you've highlighted the experience that you can deliver to the role, and now you have the perfect document. Doesn't stand alone though. It really doesn't stand alone. It's still not enough. So today, which is day 3, we'll be talking about a document that accompanies your CV and completes your job application, your cover letter. Now, we talked about your CV being your personal marketing tool, and it's all about you and how you're marketing yourself. Now, in order to be impactful, to make a significant impact on the reader, or the hiring manager or HR or whomever it is that's going to be reading it, you've now got to sell it. Now, I know a lot of people hate that phrase, selling. So I don't know what you want to think of it of. It's not necessary to think about it as selling, if you like. But in reality, it is. But the hiring managers had software sift through hundreds of documents, and they may have been presented with something like 10 to 20 CVs for each post for them to interview, depending on the quality of the applications that they've received. So let's do the maths. Let's assume that they're recruiting just one person, okay? How does your CV stand out in that 20 CVs that they've got? How does yours stand out? Why would they pick yours out of the other 19? You want to be moved from sifted to applicant, which is where you are now with the 100 or so others, and then eventually you want to move to the status of candidate. To get to that stage, you need a platform to get the hiring manager's attention, and that's what is called the cover letter. Now, a cover letter is really important, and it's an important way for you to showcase your unique combinations of skill and experience, and to make sure that it meets the key requirements of the job description, which we mentioned at the top of yesterday's event. It's your chance to show a clear link between your knowledge, your experience, and your abilities and the needs of the employer. And it also has the added bonus of being able to help you to make up for any gaps, for want of a better phrase, in your CV. And it tells your professional story in a way that's more personal. Remember yesterday? People like stories. It creates a picture in the reader's mind. You can say why you want to work for the company and what the benefits the company will receive by recruiting you. You could also, for example, address a large gap in employment or changing career paths or multiple job hops, which the CV doesn't necessarily tell very clearly. And you need to address the letter to the hiring manager. Again, as I mentioned yesterday, you've got to do your homework. It's if the company is recruiting directly, if you don't have it, you should find out the hiring manager's name. That's easy to do. If they're hiring directly, you can find that. And there's many different ways that you can get that. I won't bore you with that here, but call the company and ask for the job interviewer. You can do it that way. Keep it friendly and keep it conversational. You can say something like, I'm really excited about the possibility of a personal interview at your earliest convenience to further discuss my credentials with you. It's not a word that I would use, but I know whatever word you feel comfortable with. And then you can tell them that you can be reached on 01234567 whatever number you've got, and you'll follow up with a phone call to make sure that that you've received my application. So you're just keeping it convivial, okay? Should you do this? Can you do this? Absolutely. You're using your marketing tool to market yourself. So do that, find out. Now, what if you can't find out? If you've applied via a recruitment agency and you don't know the name of the recruiting manager, again, call the company directly to see if you can get the name. Be honest about why you're calling, but don't mention that you're applying for a post. The people in the business may not know that there's a vacancy. You might even be talking to the person. So yeah, don't necessarily open that particular door. But if you're unable to do that, then you can make the letter more personal by starting with something like, I've got a few notes here. Dear recruiting manager, I apologize for this impersonal greeting. I wanted to address this cover letter to you by name, but I've been unable to obtain it. Okay, simple. Okay, you've told them why and you've been very polite about it. So now we go into the actual meat of the letter, where you can really convince the reader of your skills and your qualities. What you want to do is you want to pack a punch at the top of every cover letter with a cover headline. Something like 3 reasons why I believe I'm the ideal candidate for the role of whatever. And you can use the pronoun here, whatever it is that you're going for. So you then follow that headline with Dear Mr. or Mrs. Smith. Never dear sir, never dear madam. This is 2021. We don't have madams. Okay. Don't write to whom it may concern either. You know, do your homework. Then you can follow it up with, just be honest, I've researched your company and I believe I'm a great match and I'd love to be interviewed for the post of shelf stacker. Okay, then you can go into the detail of the letter and you can start with, I've researched XX Limited and believe that I'm the ideal candidate you're searching for the post of shelf stacker. And this should be followed by 3 well-written sentences per paragraph. Yep. 3 sentences per paragraph and no more than 3 paragraphs. Okay, 3 and 3. Just remember that. For each 3 paragraphs, 3 sentences in a paragraph. Really simple. Less is more. So with paragraph 1, you can say, I have a level 2 Microsoft Office certification and have led with it during my time with John Smith Limited, and will be able to smoothly translate or transfer those skills, plus my office administration skills of using the Polycom iPhone IP system to your business. You see what I mean? And then you go into the second paragraph, and again, your knowledge, your experience, your abilities, and then match them to the needs of the employer. And then for the third paragraph, just do that again. Okay, your experience, your abilities, match them to the needs of the employer. Yeah, and then you sign off with a sales close. I know you're not selling, I understand, but it's called an assumptive close. Something like, I very much look forward to the opportunity for interview. Please contact me if you have any questions that I can help you with about my application. Done. Yep. You've now demonstrated to the hiring manager that you're keen and you're open for a conversation. You've told them what the benefits of them talking to you or giving you an interview. Remember, you're not interviewing. Yep. You're selling, trying to get an interview and to become a candidate. Okay, so that's your task for day 3. Yep, your day 3 task. Write your cover letter. Have a look for the link to the worksheet in the units in the Facebook group, and if you're not watching this via Facebook, it'll be in the first comment. Work through it, take your time, and really put your effort into convincing the reader that you're the perfect or ideal candidate. Put yourself in their shoes. What would you want to read? Does the candidate match the job description in the advert? Yeah. I'll be here reading the comments throughout the day, and I'll be back live again as usual around 7 o'clock to tell you some stories about recruitment I've been through. Okay. So anything you need, put something in the comments, download the workbook, work through the workbook, and I'll speak to you later. Or if you don't need to speak, that's absolutely fine, but I will be here. Have a great day.